guys, it's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing you the most in-depth action figure reviews here on YouTube. And today we're taking a look at the AEW Jazwares Unrivaled Collection Tag Team 2-pack featuring Jeff and Matt Hardy, the Hardy Boys. This is an Amazon exclusive. This is the only place you're going to be able to grab these figures. They are available in shipping. Actually just got my order recently. Was kind of surprised. It just shipped and no issues. Usually I feel like with these pre-orders, sometimes they get delayed or they get pushed back or whatnot, but these came pretty on point from when they were supposed to be in stock. Probably the last Hardy Boy figures we will be getting from Jazwares. Of course, they're no longer with the company. We've gotten several Matt Hardy figures, but in the recent fray, we did get an unmatched Jeff Hardy. We did also get the Unrivaled 16 2-pack, or not 2-pack, but Matt and Jeff Hardy from that set in the all-black gear, which we'll compare with this Amazon exclusive here. Unfortunately, short tenure for Jeff Hardy, but we did get two pretty good figures so far, so I'm pretty excited for this 2-pack version. This may be the best one yet, looking at it in the packaging. I hope there are no QC issues. I see shirts and soft goods on these figures, and that's what I kind of worry about, but Jeff does have the face paint here. They do have the Hardy Boy hands. My Jeff hands seem to be like curled in. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm sure the packaging was not nice to them. You can see Matt does have them, but they do have like a little curl to it. I never really was too big of a fan of that sculpt when they first introduced it with that unmatched Jeff Hardy, but you'll see the awesome packaging. Jazwares packaging team always knocks it out of the park. It just looks so nice and clean. You get the image of Jeff and Matt here on the front, Unrivaled Collection with a nice kind of gold foil. You do have the gold background tag team pack here on the top, the AEW logo. Up top, just the AEW logo. On the sides, you'll get the image of Matt and Jeff Hardy. Flipping all the way around, you will get the same image as well. On the back, the larger image of the Hardy Boys doing their entrance here on AEW Dynamite. But, you know, enough chatting. Let's get these two out of the packaging, compare them with some Mattel Elites and some other Jazwares figures, and see what these two are all about. We are starting off with Matt Hardy here, and there are no other accessories included with this figure other than this cloth t-shirt. No interchangeable hands, no interchangeable heads. I feel like those two would have really put this kind of over the top to make it feel more of an exclusive. But nonetheless, we'll take a quick close-up look at the figure. You see he does come with the Hardy Boy hands, and just like I was saying in the intro, they are kind of curved, like in, and that's not really accurate. They should be more straight, but again, that's a little nitpicky. He does have the black hand tape and the long black wrist tape on the figure. The shirt is cloth in black, sleeveless. I am a little nervous to take it off because, you know, anytime black fabric on these Jazwares figures, they always tend to be stained. But let's take a quick close-up at this head sculpt. I don't know if it's the same as the Unrivaled 16, but mine looks to be a little, just something looks off on it. Look at those teeth, man. The way they're painted, just, it's like it doesn't even have teeth. He's just got a slit of white paint on the top. That does not look great to me. The hair has an okay likeness, does have a little bit of the fade with the screaming skin. Not my favorite, to be totally honest with you guys, and honestly, I think just a little bit of a QC issue there. But the shirt does Velcro on the back. Let's just go ahead and take a look and see how this figure looks, if there is any staining. I'm not a big fan of this thick Velcro they use. I feel like sometimes I've pulled it off and it's just like split it, the Velcro off of the actual shirt. Some slight staining on the shoulder. You guys can see it there. I mean, obviously we've seen it way worse, so I'm surprised there is no issues here for minus that one little stripe. Inner arms look to be okay. There's a big gap here, if you notice that, on his actual bicep cut here area. I don't know, that looks a little odd. Like, I don't know if that's going to break or what, but I guess that's just the way the joint is. And I don't like how this joint is just so much darker. Just looks cheap. There's another stain right there for you guys. I know you can definitely see that. So a little bit on the inner part. Not noticing too much more other than on the shoulder joint for Matt Hardy. He does have this wonderful plastic that they keep wrapping their figures in. And, you know, it's really annoying. At least the Jazwares figures all pop off. This is generally how I take the plastic off. Pop the pieces back together. Make it nice and easy for you. And you can see the torso here they chose for Matt Hardy. We'll zoom in so you get a better close-up look. Not the worst choice. I think it fits him. It's obviously a little more defined than it probably should be. Matt Hardy at this stage of his career, but I think it fits the bill here. You'll see he does have the purple pants here. This is the same mold that we did see with the Unrivaled 16, but he does have these kind of like sculpted detailing here. Actually, I think that's painted on. It's not sculpted. You can see the pattern here, but I do like the gold. That does look pretty nice. Does pop. You can see the pockets here. The belt is studded with a black here around the back. More detailing on the pockets. The attire at least looks great. Plain black shoes for Matt Hardy. I think that does fit for the most part. You'll see the arms. Man, these pins just, they just look so ugly. They're just so damn big. Like, I don't mind if they're going to go pin joints, but I really wish they'd kind of change their formula a little bit. Maybe the smaller pins would look a little nicer on these figures for AEW. They just don't feel as premium as they used to be totally honest with you guys. But articulation-wise, the head will fully rotate. Looks about that much, not too far down. The arms do go fully around. They go in and out. You do have the bicep cut, the double jointed pinned elbows. The hands do rotate and hinge. You get this diaphragm joint, which moves great. A little bit of the waist articulation, not too much here. Arm feels good on this side too. Does the splits about that much. Kicks up pretty high, not too far back. You do have a thigh cut. You do have the double jointed knees here. You also do have a little bit of a shin cut for Matt Hardy. The feet do kind of rock. Don't move too much down on this one. I think it's just the design or maybe the way the peg is, but this one moves a little better than the other one. No issues here with this leg, so not the best Matt Hardy figure, but it's serviceable. Moving on to Jeff Hardy, so just like Matt, he does not come with any accessories other than his soft goods shirt. No interchangeable hands, no interchangeable head. Again, I still feel like that is severely lacking with this exclusive. You will see the fingers on mine. They are kind of bent, man. It's like, come on, man. I guess I could heat it and try to straighten it out. It's just a little annoying. The package did warp this hand just slightly. But, again, accessories. He does come with a soft goods mesh shirt here. You can see the armbands coming through underneath. Looks pretty good for the most part. Like I said, I just worry about this staining the figure, and we will definitely take a look once we get it off, but it does Velcro in the back. I will say that doesn't look the most aesthetically pleasing here, the way this big piece of Velcro just kind of covers the back. But this time, the towel is actually attached to the shirt. If you did look at my review for the Unrivaled 16 Jeff that we did get, that was actually, the towel was, I think, glued to the back of his butt. So at least you'll have an instance here where you don't need the towel if you don't want it while he's wrestling, which would be pretty nice. Head sculpt looks good. I believe this is the same sculpt that we did get with the Screaming Skin with the Unrivaled 16, but just a different paint application. It looks really nice. Does have the big earrings on there as well. Purple hair here. That looks pretty good too, if you guys can see the sculpt around the back. I do like the look of that, but let's get this shirt off of the figure and just kind of nip in the butt. I don't see any plastic wrap on him, so I don't know if that worries me or not. Matt only did have around his waist, but man, this Velcro is just so damn thick. I just worry about these shirts ripping sometimes. And like I said, it's happened to me where I ripped it just opening the shirt off the figure. But you can see, let's get it off here. Again, the towel is attached. Man, just such thin material. This I could definitely see ripping if you're not careful. But that's how it looks off of the figure. Obviously, the sleeves are inverted. We'll fix that. But take a look at the figure. I don't know what the hell's going on here, man. I don't know if that's the paint application or that is definitely staining from the shirt. You'll see the mesh material, and that's a bummer, man. Jeez. You know, it's just, like I said, you could even see the pattern on his stomach, man. Like, it definitely did stain it to a point where you can see the netting on the actual figure. And that, again, that's just disappointing, man. I feel like, get it together. This, like, company sometimes really is a joke, guys. It's hard to support Jazwares when they just continue to ignore these problems. This is the Hardy Boys' last figure from AEW, and you know what, good riddance, because they made some good ones, but look, when you have stuff like this, they don't deserve to make these guys. Let's just call it what it is. You can even see it on the side of his tattoo. And listen, if you're going to keep the shirt on, I know some people are like, oh, we're going to keep the shirt on, so what does it matter? We shouldn't have to be at this point, granted. You know, we can take our money and spend it on other figure brands if this is going to continue. I feel like I'm like a broken record with these figures. Sometimes when they knock it out of the park, Jazwares does a great job. And when they have issues like this, and this figure so far looks pretty phenomenal, when they have issues like this, it definitely, like, it sours the review, man. It's just like, you just kind of, like, get upset. But you can see the purple armbands. We'll move on here. Definitely all his tattoo detailing here on the side. On the back, too, he's got the big demon tattoo. You can see the snake on the other side. Got the full shoulder tat. There is even some staining on the armband. I don't know if you guys can see that. Just right here. It's just like the netting. That's so freaking disappointing, man. It is a phenomenal figure. Otherwise, man, looking at it, plain black pants. He does have the painted studs around the belt. Again, these are the same pants that we've seen. They are a little bulky, but, you know, I think it fits. He does have the white on his shoes as well. You want to do some quick articulation of this figure. The head will fully rotate. The arms do go around. They also do go in and out. Also, that same dark plastic used here just takes away from the figure. It does have the bicep cut, double jointed elbows. Hands do rotate and hinge. Diaphragm joint, waist swivel. Kicks pretty good. Kicks up pretty awesome. Only that far back. You do have the thigh cut, the double jointed knees, the shin cut. The boots do go up and down. They also do hinge. No issues with the other joints. It does articulate well. That has always been a big selling point for Jazwares. But man, that staining sucks. Since this is a tag team 2-pack set, I figured it made sense to compare it with some other Hardy Boy figures together. So here we have the Epic Moments Matt and Jeff Hardy from Mattel. And you can see how much larger the Jazwares figures are. Next up, we have another set of Hardy Boy figures. So this is the Jeff Hardy from the Triple H Jeff 2-pack. I don't know if this is a custom Matt. Honestly, I don't remember. It was just so long ago, but it's using the same shirt from that Jeff 2-pack versus these AEW Unrivaled Matt and Jeff Hardy figures. Next up, we have the most recent Unrivaled 16 Hardy Boy figures. You can see more of the plain black attire. We'll bring them both out and take a look. The Matt Hardys look to be the same head sculpt. You will see just how the paint applications are on them. He actually has teeth in this one, and this one just looks to be completely off. I believe they're the same, right? I don't know. Let me know if I'm going crazy here, but they look to be the same. Pants, again, more deco on the new one. This one just had the designs on the shirt, but same hands for the most part, too. For Jeff, you're going to get more, obviously, tattoo detailing on the new Amazon 2-pack versus the Unrivaled 16. Head sculpts believed to be the same. You can see the paint applications are, of course, a different face paint, but the rest of the figure is similar. You'll see how the shirt is the towel is attached to the shirt here while the other one is molded onto the pants. I kind of like the lower body or the lower pants of this figure. You know, if you guys want to swap the torso, you can go ahead and do so and just get some different combinations for Jeff. Like I said, this is probably the last AEW Jeff Hardy that you're going to be getting from Jazwares. And the last comparison there for you guys, so we do have the Unrivaled 16 Jeff as well as the Unmatched figure here. This is more of a streakier kind of like, I guess it was a debut Jeff Hardy. You can see the head sculpt is pretty good. They've done a good job with Jeff, but if you guys wanted to see some comparisons of all the Jeff Hardy figures that we have gotten from Jazwares, here are all three of them. If you guys have enjoyed this video review, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That helps my channel grow and allows me to create more great content for you guys. I want to know all your feedback on these new Hardy Boy figures. Are you going to add them to your collection? Will you be passing? How do you feel about these QC issues that they are still continuing? Has that slowed your collecting habits of buying these Jazwares figures? Have you started to collect less? Because I'll be honest, I have. While you're at it, please don't forget to turn on those notification bells. Stay tuned to the newest action figure reviews here on my YouTube channel. So my take on these figures, I am severely disappointed with the QC issues. As minor as they are, I just feel like they're so ongoing. Matt was more minor than Jeff. It's kind of annoying. Not only did it stain, but it stained like as the netting all around the body, on his tattoos, on his sleeves. So it's frustrating. Am I going to probably keep him in the shirt? Yeah, probably. But if I wanted to do some figure photography or maybe even do some customs where I swap out with some of the other Jeff Hardy figures, that kind of like limits my options here. I will say, getting into Matt, I do like the pants. They are a different color. I do like the purple and gold. The face sculpt has some QC issues, and it's still not the best likeness. I hate the big pins on his arms. I feel like both these figures are lacking accessories. I would have liked to have seen at least a set of interchangeable hands. Like, get the Hardy Boy hands, but I would have liked to have maybe some fisted hands just to kind of change them out, for different display options. Even though we probably will be displaying them with the juke hands, right? Without a doubt, Jeff is the winner out of the two. If you had to pick, he's just so damn charismatic and toyetic. It's just it comes off so well in this figure. Like I said, the really only gripe I'm having is the QC issues, and it's just frustrating to keep having this conversation over and over again, especially with these figures. Like, this is the last set of Hardys we're probably going to get, right? Unless something crazy happens. So it'd been nice to have a nice clean set, but you know what? When I did see them packaged with soft goods, I kind of figured this may be a problem. Though some of the most recent figures kind of had nixed it, even that Julia Hart figure, which had tons of soft goods, she was wrapped around completely, and there was no staining on her, so it's just like a gamble sometimes. Is this worth grabbing? If you're a big Hardy Boy fan, you're going to grab it, right? Absolutely. I don't think it's needed. I'll be honest, I have been buying a lot less of these AEW figures. I'm just not into the product as much, and the figures they have issues, right? There's just issues with them. When they knock them out of the park and there's no QC issues, these figures are so fun, and I want to buy them all. When there's like consistent like joint issues, even the pins on these arms are around the shoulder joint, like it's a different color. The torsos sometimes come off as a different color with the top piece and the lower piece. It's just, I don't know. I feel like I can take my money and spend it elsewhere. Everything's just so damn expensive nowadays. So I don't think this is a must-have. The Jeff is obviously the winner. If you're a big Hardy Boy fan, I say grab it, but I don't think you definitely need it for your collection. Again, these are only available at Amazon, so you can go over there and pick this 2-pack up. I think they're only $40 right now. I think they were on sale. I don't know if they were $45 or maybe $50. And when they shipped them, they were at $41 and change. So not a bad set for $40. Maybe they'll be even cheaper around holiday time. So keep an eye out on Amazon. I do appreciate you guys checking out this video review. Before you go, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at AlexWestCollects. Thank you again for your continued support. I'll catch you all in the next video review.